So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, boyfriends, or like they had just got married and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it.
Well, look who finally connected the dots. Turns out nightlife doesn't come with a life partner. She walked away from a good man. You know, the kind who actually reads the manual before building furniture, labels the cables behind the TV, and remembers your mama's birthday. She wanted more excitement, more fun, more vibes. So she swapped loyalty for loud music, stability for strobe lights, and date nights for DMs. Now she's out every weekend, with glitter on her eyelids and regret in her heart, sipping overpriced cocktails with men whose names she doesn't know. These are men who treat Monday as a recovery mission, Tuesday as a warm-up, and somehow never have plans past Saturday night. They don't own calendars, just vibes and excuses. She thought the streets would reward her with a prince, but the streets don't do fairy tales. They do wristbands, bad decisions, and hey stranger texts from guys who still share data plans with their little brother. And every time she tries to find something real, she ends up with the same 4 dudes playing musical chairs in everybody's DMs. Except now, they don't even bother to stand up when the music stops. Let's continue.
She said no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick, and he didn't even want to give us another try, like, blah, blah, blah.
Let's be real. She thought she was Beyonce walking out the door. Now she's realizing she's just Becky with the bad decisions. She left because she was bored, and now she's mad that the man she rejected is out here treating another woman like a queen? You gave up the throne for thongs and themed brunches, and now you're shocked the kingdom got a new queen? She expected him to be sitting in a dark room, crying into a pillow while staring at old wedding photos. Nope. Man got a haircut, got a glow up, and got a woman who doesn't need drama to feel alive. You wanted independence and you got it, with a side of loneliness. And now you're bitter because your replacement is living the life you walked away from? You don't get to burn the bridge and be mad there's no way back. You didn't just lose a husband, you fumbled a whole future.
And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you're single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility? And I'm like, wait, aren't you looking for someone to take on that responsibility? I was just giving her a hard time, not gonna lie, because it was kind of funny to me, because I was like, I could tell that she regretted her decision.
She thought the grass was greener. Turns out it was just AstroTurf over red flags. Now she's pacing the dating streets like a detective looking for the very same man she left. She had steak at home but left chasing street tacos that come with side chicks, and now she's back in the streets, confused, dizzy, emotionally hungover. Meanwhile, her ex is in his golden era. He's got peace, purpose, and a woman who thinks his boring routine is sexy. He's barbecuing on Sundays, budgeting like a king, loving his new wife with that same energy, only now it's appreciated.
I was asked today to clarify how I've been divorced twice. So I figured I'd reshare this story. I met my first husband when I was 18. We got married when I was 22. I had my oldest when I was 23. We had 2 other kids after that when I was 25 and 30, almost 31. During that period of time, this man was a victim narcissist. Then comes my second husband. He was charming as he made me feel like I was Queen of freaking England. I was on a pedestal. Every little tiny thing he did made me important, and I didn't realize until after the marriage that was something that I really needed and wanted. So guess what I did? I ignored every single thing that he gave in front of me that was a red flag that I should have very clearly said, this is not the person for me. This is not the life I want to be involved in. So during our marriage, I made sure that I did everything that I possibly could to stay in that marriage while I was being manipulated, gaslit, and all these other wonderful things that we call abuse. Turns out that he does have 8 of the 9 characteristics of narcissistic personality disorder, and he is a gambling addict.
You didn't date narcissists. You dated men who eventually got tired of arguing with someone who thinks compromise means doing exactly what she wants. At this point, a narcissist is just any man who didn't treat her like a Disney princess. Have you ever noticed how these narcissist exes always start out amazing? Oh yeah, he was so romantic, so charming, so thoughtful, until he had a boundary. Then suddenly she's Googling traits of a covert manipulator at 3 a.m. with a glass of wine and a victim complex.
My ex-husband's new girlfriend is so great. Like, she's smart, talented, kind, pretty. She's amazing to my daughter. She's amazing to him. She's just so incredible, patient, funny. Like, he has won the lottery. This woman is incredible. Makes me just want to hug her.
Oh, now she wants to hug? That's not affection. That's unresolved bitterness with a dash of regret. She thought he'd be stuck crying over scented candles and empty wine bottles. Instead, man's out here with Miss Funny Fine Fantastic, living his best life like a rom-com. And she's on the couch scrolling his new girl's Instagram, zooming in like it's CSI Heartbreak Edition. Thanks for watching. Kindly hit the like button and subscribe for more.